"You're going to the motorbike show?" she questioned, her eyes wide with surprise and amazement. "You can't possibly be serious. I know these events bring in a lot of money for the community and local companies, but there's something about that organization that I don't trust." I turned to gaze at her, raising an eyebrow. "What are you on about?" "As far as I can tell, they've been nothing but nice and helpful to the community. They're a little rough around the edges, but that's nothing to pass judgment on." She rolled her eyes. Cheyenne looked at me and shook her head. "Have you met anyone from that group outside of the bakery and coffee shop?" she inquired, her voice full with curiosity. She proceeded after I shook my head in answer. "The people who work in town are usually rather nice, especially the girls. However, when you get to the males at that site known as the complex, they're usually a little rougher around the edges. That's why, no matter what, I prefer to keep my distance from them." Part of me wanted to object, but another part of me understood her concerns. Not everyone in town was comfortable with the fact that there was a motorcycle club living in town. But given that they never caused any trouble, nobody ever said anything as far as I could tell. It was more along the lines of they didn't know what kind of history they had before they came to town, and the fact that they showed up in town mysteriously and started helping out the communities more than they had expected, everyone was exercising a healthy dose of skepticism. Even though I had only met the women at work, I had a feeling that if I ever met one of the men from the motorcycle club, everything would be fine. If anything, I was a little curious about the men, especially the ones who frequently came into the bakery. In fact, there was one man in particular that I wanted to meet. "Just do me a favor," Cheyenne said when I didn't reply. "Promise me that no matter what happens, you'll be careful. You're an adult and can do what you want, but I don't want to see you get hurt." Touched by her concern, I nodded my head in response. "Of course," I promised, as I rose to my feet to take my coffee mug to the kitchen. "I promise."